My 30th divorce wasn't final. How can I save my engagement with my fiancé, 36M? I, 30F, have been with my fiancé, 35M, for about 2 years. We are very happy and very in love. Last month I had court with my ex-husband for child support for our daughter. No big deal, things went smoothly. We didn't and never have had lawyers. Today I called the courthouse to get my divorce date to apply for my marriage license with my fiancé, which I thought was 3 years ago when we first went to court. Apparently it wasn't finalized until last month. My fiancé is furious with me. I am so upset I didn't realize that the child support had to be finalized in order for our divorce to go through. Apparently we were only legally separated. I have not cheated on my fiancé, we've lived together and are happy. He is on the verge of leaving, and the marriage is definitely called off. I am not sure how to save this. It was a mistake and I don't know if he is going to get past it. Any advice is appreciated on how to help us move past this. Tia, what is he so angry about? That you were still legally married when you started dating him? Does he think you lied intentionally? Something doesn't add up here. I understand how this could be a shock to all of you, but this is a massive overreaction emo. This is more of a paperwork mix-up than a real cause for anger or a breakup. If he's this quick to end things, it makes me think he was already having second thoughts and is just using this as an excuse to dip. The marriage is definitely called off. Because you didn't hire a lawyer and aren't an expert on law yourself? I'm assuming you and your ex didn't hire lawyers because everything was moderately civil? That is a massive positive that caused a minor oversight that impacts your current partner in no way at all. I don't understand why he's so upset. It's not like it was purposeful. In my state, a divorce can be finalized and still have outstanding issues. Hasn't the other side of this story been posted earlier this week from the man's perspective? Has anyone successfully been in a lavender marriage? Me 30F and him 30M. Let me start off by saying I think love is a beautiful thing, and for those that truly find their soulmate are incredibly lucky, and while I have experienced love and its beauty, the heartache and gamble of it all is exhausting. I'm considering entering a lavender-type marriage with a close friend of mine. This man comes from a culture where a homosexual relationship just wouldn't be accepted. He is sexually attracted to women, however he hides the other side of him. He has set up a good career for himself and his next step is finding a wife and raising kids. He wants to be a provider like his dad was. Comes from a good family, is one of the prettiest men I've laid eyes on. Extremely smart and woos everyone with his humble charm. He has good morals and I believe he would be an attentive husband and excellent father. We come from the same background and we have a beautiful bond and friendship. While there is attraction between us, we aren't in love with each other like that. It would be the kind of marriage where we have each other's backs, respect each other and work in unity as a team, and I am willing to accept him for who he truly is. I know this isn't your typical union, but I feel like there are more marriages that are more of an agreement than we realize and it isn't talked about. Obviously, being with him I risk the chance of him leaving me for true love, especially in later years, when his parents pass. But by then, if it works out, our family will be established and we would have built a good life together. I would love to have children, but it's scary bringing them into this world, and I feel like if I do this with him I'm giving my future kids the best opportunity for a stable life, and it's really essential in this day and she to choose the father and mother of your kids wisely. I've already watched friends of mine go through nasty custody battles and financial ruins after love marriages end so nasty. It's another gamble, I realize that, but I feel like it's less of a gamble than a love marriage, or am I being delusional and setting myself up for failure? I know this isn't your typical posts, but would love to hear other people's experiences or opinions. You mentioned that he's attracted to women as well as men. Why are you talking about someone who's apparently bisexual as though he was gay? I don't think you understand what a lavender marriage is. If he's attracted to women, it would be just a marriage, even if you guys weren't in love. It seems to me that you have a slight crush on him, which is fine. Also, has this ever been discussed before? Because if not, yes, you are setting yourself up for failure big time. Edit. While there is attraction between us, we aren't in love with each other like that. Are you afraid of ruining the friendship by confessing you like him? Are you afraid he might leave you because he's bi and can't explore that side of himself? If it's yes to both of these questions, don't enter in no kind of relationship with him and just stay friends. I'm confused. If he's attracted to women, in what way is this not just a normal marriage? A lavender marriage is where one of couple is homosexual. Why doesn't he want to wait and see if he can find a woman he loves, and marry her? If he doesn't want to, can't marry a man? I mean, since it seems he's bisexual and not gay? Or is the idea that he can be sure that you would let him have flings with men, but some other woman might not? I guess I'm asking, what's in it for him? The thing that concerns me is you mentioned him possibly falling in love with someone else, but not you doing so. This leads me to believe that you have stronger feelings for him than you let on, possibly even to yourself. This will definitely lead to heartbreak. It's always a gamble, but your friendship is a good start. Just go slowly. I have never been in a lavender relationship, but there are a lot of pluses. It would be perfect for me, but I'm nearly 70. You worry about him falling in love. I worry about you falling in love. That could be very painful. My 26M fiancé gave me 25F chlamydia 2.5 years into our relationship. I 25F got a call from my OB/GYN today that I have chlamydia. I was last tested a year ago during my previous pregnancy and the test was negative. I currently have no symptoms and was only tested because I am pregnant again. My 26M fiancé told me he has been faithful and that he had chlamydia 5 years ago and was treated but never went back to be retested after treatment. He claims he called his doctor today and the doctor told him it's possible he's had it this whole time and that it just didn't spread to me for a while. We've been together for 2.5 years. My doctor told me there's no chance that if he has been my only partner that he was faithful, that it is a new infection. Asking for validation because he's gaslighting me so hard, is it a possibility he didn't cheat? Has anyone gotten chlamydia way after the beginning of their relationship? I love that your doctor straight up called him on his BS. Yeah, he cheated and clearly didn't use protection and put you and your baby at risk. He is trash. If your boyfriend didn't cheat he would be accusing you of cheating. Girl, no lol. Stop asking him and just tell him. Listen, I know. That's not the question anymore. The question is if you're going to do the work to make this right. That starts with being honest. If you can't do that, this is done. Again, I'm not asking if you did. I'm telling you I know. Let me know when you're ready to discuss the truth and where we go from here. If someone gaslights you, put your fucking foot down. I'm not asking, it's not a discussion. If you wanted to continue to lie, do not speak to me again. Should I believe the doctor, who has years of medical education and training? Or should I believe my cheating fiancé? Gerald, listen to your doctor. Sorry, he raw dogged someone. Telling you this as someone who worked at a sexual health clinic for years. Your dude cheated and couldn't even be bothered to use a condom when he bumped uglies with someone else. He chose to put you at risk for PID. Me 57MX57F. The karma train rolls over her and on. Why then do I feel guilty? Life really fucks with you sometimes. Life after 33 years married, D-Day 3 days ago. Wife cheated with a couple. Sister-in-law found out and forced her to confess. Ex-wife was devastated at the consequences of her choice, now divorced. Just go to my profile and you will find the history behind this. So what has happened in the last 7 months that brought me back to Reddit? Well, I got engaged to Deb 5 months ago. The whole family is happy and supportive. We plan to get married later this year. My daughter came over to us about a week after our announcement. I could see she was upset and we hugged her and asked what the problem was. She asked us to sit down. She then told us that my ex-wife, her mother overdosed on sleeping pills and passed away 2 nights ago. She was crying when she told us and Deb and I just sat there in shock. My daughter has always remained in contact with her mother, never took her side but she was her mother. She told us that the last time she spoke with her mother she said she has lost everything she loved, due to own decisions, and she was finding it hard to go on. My daughter tried to comfort her. My first priority is to my kids and grandkids. I am finding it hard to understand my emotions though. What my ex did was unforgivable to me. I went on to have a great life without her but she spiraled into depression and self-destruction. The most disturbing emotions I feel is relief and guilt. I also feel sadness and loss, especially towards my family, but also for my ex. We attended the funeral where her side of the family showed nothing but love and kindness towards me and even towards my fiancée, Deb. It's been a few months now and life goes on, but I do reflect on what may have been if my ex didn't go through with her fantasy. Whoa, what heavy conclusion. I think that what you are feeling is normal. I grieved for someone I hated. I grieved for someone who spent 10 years dying where death was a release that they wanted. Grief is complex and about change. There are no rules. Feel whatever you feel and eventually you will think about it less and less until finally you only think about it when triggered. Good God, that's awful. I hope your daughter heals. As for your ex, you can't blame yourself. This was her choice and one that unfortunately dumped that pain on your daughter and family. It's not your fault. Y'all really believe this nonsense? I mean, come on, lol. Do any of you people believe this baloney? Sorry.